Okay, time to start filling in properties of the dog. I'll fill in below my comment and then delete the comment when I'm done. These are private properties, it says, and this is a good time if I'm working on the dog to just sort of page back to the dog section, to section 4, just so I can look back and forth if I need to. Okay, private properties, name, breed, weight, and owner's name. Private string name. Later in the glorious future, and your next class, and then when you go into industry to work, you'll find that there are coding conventions for any team of people working together so that you name things similarly, but for this class, just name it something that makes sense to you. Private string breed. How about breed? Keep it simple. Private double weight and private string owner name should do it. Okay. Might take just a quick look back at the handout, etc., to see, make sure I have what I need. Now I'm going to write the getters and setters for each of the properties in my dog class. So I've got 4 properties, so I know that I'm going to need 4 each getters and setters. I'm going to do the getters all in one area and the setters all in one area. Some people like to do the getter and the setter for each property as a pair, like in one place. Either one's fine. Public string get name. These are really simple, and when if you're using NetBeans, there's automatic writing of these. You can just select something and it will put it all on the page for you, but for us it's good practice to type it. Get breed. So they're called getters, or they're called accessors, but people call them getters because they start with the word get. And the whole point of these things, as you know from reading the chapter, is it's a safe way to get access to these private variables so that nobody can reach in and just change them in code. If anybody who needs to get access to it has to call this method. So if you need to later, you can set a breakpoint in it to understand when that method is getting called. It's much harder to set a breakpoint for somebody just changing a property. So this is the preferred way of making your code easy to manage as time goes on. Can't wait. And finally, the owner name. Now for the setters. So if you want, I guess you could put something like getters, but it's pretty obvious what these are, so I don't know if a comment is really necessary in that case. Setters are always void, returning void, because all they do is they set using the parameter that you pass in. If you've named the parameter name here the same as a property or instance variable here, you'll need to use this to say that you mean the one up inside your own class. So this means my special name property listed up here gets set equal to the one coming in on the parentheses in the parameters area. Okay, so breed. I am going to stop the video here and let you fill in the rest of the setters, and we'll pick up in a couple minutes.